Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amy. For those of you that are new, welcome. So for today's video, I'm kind of just gonna go over my entire experience with Emsculpt Neo. Not Emsculpt, Emsculpt Neo, which is the new refined machine that helps with like body fat and building muscle. So I'm just gonna share my experience. I personally had I've had a really stressful year this year, and I've gained like couple pounds. I gained about like 5 pounds of just like stress eating. I had a new job and like so much has been going on. So I wanted to try Emsculpt Neo, and I'm just gonna like kind of go over my experience, if I think it's worth it, how much I paid, who I think like is a good candidate and who I don't, kind of just like my experience. And I did measure my like waist before each session. Yeah, so I measured my waist before, and then I used the Renpul scale, which is cool. So this scale, if you have not heard about it, it's like, it connects to your Bluetooth and your phone, and you can see like, it not only just weight, like tells you your weight, but it tells you like your body fat and your like body muscle and all that. Hey guys, so this is the morning of my first Emsculpt appointment. It's about to be 11 a.m. and my Emsculpt appointment is at 1:30. I still have work to do, but I wanted to kind of just show you guys like a before of kind of like how my stomach looks like. This is so hard to do. It's like my first time doing like any kind of vlog, but this is how my stomach looks. So you can see it's just like this part here. I would love to like tone it as much as possible and it not just like bulge out as much. Like, yeah. And I think Emsculpt will be super helpful. I by no means think I need like some kind of like airsculpt or any of like liposuction or anything, but I just think Emsculpt is so unique because it does like tone the muscle but also like break about like 30% of fat, which is like I'm so excited about. But yeah, so let's just see how it goes. Hi guys, so it is just a few hours away, till my second Emsculpt treatment, which I'm so excited about. This is kind of how my body looks like right now, right before the treatment. It's at 4 o'clock and it's like noon right now, but you can see lines here, which I am so excited about. Let me just show you here. Yeah, these lines, trust me, they were not there a week ago. I mean, you saw the videos. So that is something that I'm super excited about. Yep. Looks good. I am obsessed. Like, literally, like, come on. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, and I've obviously been trying to, like, eat healthy, drink lots of water, work out, like, doing all the things at the same time. But I've always done all those things. Like, I've always worked out. I always, I eat pretty healthy, and I drink a lot of fucking water. So I do all the things already, so I don't think that like that necessarily changed, but I think the only thing that has been changing is obviously the Emsculpt, and that's like where I'm seeing the most, like now I'm seeing changes. So I think it's like the added boost that I needed. Hey guys, so I just got parked and I'm about to get my third session of Emsculpt. So I'm just gonna quickly just show you guys how my stomach looks like today. I've been feeling really bloated lately, so it could just be that, but definitely see a little bit more dimension. The lines on the side are more defined. That's how the side looks. And yeah, so this is right before my third session, and I will keep you guys updated. I'm literally just parked, so like the public, everyone just saw me do that. Hi guys, so today is my last Emsculpt appointment and I am so excited. This is kind of how my stomach looks right now. Look at these lines. I just feel like there's definitely more definition and lines in my belly now, which I'm really excited about. Can't talk too much. I am running late, so I will catch you later. So I just kind of want to document how my stomach looks now after the Emsculpt Neo treatment. I want to show you guys, like, you can like see a difference, right? Like these lines are just so much more defined, and then like my stomach and just in general is very strong. It's much stronger than it was before. And yeah. The first question that I have, so I kind of broke it down into like 9 questions. The first question is, what is Emsculpt Neo? Emsculpt Neo is a non-surgical procedure that uses modern technology to eliminate fat and build muscle simultaneously, which is great because a lot of like in-office treatments that you can do will sometimes just focus on like eliminating fat, and then some of them will focus on building muscle. Like Cool Sculpting will focus on like freezing fat, and then like Body FX will focus on like melting fat, and then there's certain like treatments that will like help with like building muscle. I really like that this one machine does both, which is awesome. And Emsculpt Neo showed an average of 30% reduction in fat and 25% increase in muscle growth. So I thought that was really interesting, and that's kind of like the reason why I wanted to do this, because I wanted to both build muscle and eliminate fat. It's really easy. There's about 4 treatments, so you need 4 treatments to do the entire, you need 4 sessions to do the entire treatment, and that's what's recommended, and each session is about 30 minutes long. So it's very quick and it just flies by. And it's really cool to see your results within each week, and I kind of just like documented everything too, and I'll just add some photos. And then how it works, so Emsculpt Neo works by emitting both high intensity electromagnetic and radio frequency energies at the same time to stimulate deep muscle contraction that is not possible through exercise alone. So yeah, that is what it does. It kind of just like contracts all your muscle and makes them work out in a way that you just couldn't if you went to the gym. It's supposed to mimic 20,000 sit-ups within one session. So like, I don't even know how long it takes you to do 20,000 sit-ups. So how much does it cost? It costs about $3,000 to $4,000. So it's about like $850 a session, and you need 4 sessions to do the entire treatment. I got really lucky because Lejolie Medical Spa had a promotion going on, and they had like buy 2 treatments, get 2 free. Buy two sessions, get 2 sessions free. So I ended up doing like the entire treatment just by paying $1,700. So I don't think it's worth it when you do it that way. That being said, I do think that the cost is high because the machine is really expensive for doctors to buy and have it in their office. It's about $250,000 for the machine alone. So that's kind of the reason why it's really expensive for each session. That being said, if you do have a high BMI over 35, I don't think that you will see enough of a great result to think that the price like was worth it. I feel like you'll end up losing your money. So for example, if you have a lot of body fat and your BMI is over 35, I recommend just paying like for AirSculpt, and AirSculpt is about $5,000, and it's just like you go to a plastic surgeon and they will literally just like suck the fat out of you. And I think that might be like, it's only $5,000 to do that, but if you're paying the full price for the treatment of that's like about $3,000 to $4,000 with AirSculpt, that's where I don't think it's worth it. But if you're like me, or like someone that doesn't have like, you just have like a little bit of stubborn fat, then I think it's worth it. I hope that makes sense. When did you see results? So I immediate result after my first session. So my first session, I saw a lot of like muscle. I felt like my core was like really tight. I felt like my core was stronger. When I would work out, I was like, oh my God, like I can do like so many more like sit-ups, and like, I don't know, I just felt like my core was stronger after the first session. I saw a dramatic difference in like the muscle. The sessions after that, I didn't really see much like of a difference. It was like, it was fine. I would see something, but it wasn't like huge. And it is known that you'll see a bit more results within 2 to 4 weeks after your last session. And I think it's been about like 3 weeks after my last session. So I do see results now, and I did like kind of add photos to like my after, like, and I'll show you like how I look today anyways, on like pictures here. I'm wearing this jacket. I'm like obsessed with it right now. It's from Free People. Yeah, so you'll see results within weeks later. It just takes time for your lymphatic drainage to like kind of like help move that fat along your body. So if you do want to do like a lymphatic drainage massage, you can speed up that process and see results much faster, but it does take a while. So I don't want you to think that you're going to go do the treatments and then you're going to look awesome right away. You could, but like it does say that it takes about a few weeks for you to see results. So the next question is this for everyone? I do think that it is great for candidates that are trying to just like eliminate a little bit of body fat. Like they have a pouch that is super stubborn and they can't get rid of it with like working out, eating healthy, and doing all of the things that you need to do, and it's just still there. Then I think Emsculpt is going to be great for you. If you're someone like my friend, so I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, my friend also did the treatment with me. We both bought the packages together and did this at the same time. I think she has a session to go, but anyways, she had no body fat, but she wanted to build muscle and get like definition. I think if you're a candidate like that, that would be great. I think if you're a candidate that is just trying to eliminate a little bit of body fat, then you're all set. I don't think you're a good candidate, and I don't think it is for people that have a high BMI. After thinking that, like that was my thought process, and then I ended up doing research, and it is true. It says the treatment is appropriate for patients up to a BMI of 35. So if you're over 35 in your BMI, then I don't think that you would see great results. Like I don't think you're gonna see something, but you're not gonna be like, oh my God, this is amazing. You're just gonna be like, oh, like no, like it's not gonna be worth it for you, especially the cost of it. It's not gonna be worth it. So the next question is it safe or bad for you? It is cleared by the FDA. So if that gives you peace of mind, it is cleared by the FDA. I've also seen this in so many doctors' offices. So like plastic surgeons have it in their office. Gynecologists will have it in their office to help like women after pregnancy. And urologists I've seen have it. A lot of doctors have this in their offices right now. I work in the medical field, so I know. For example, Dr. Kanodia, who did Khloe Kardashian's nose job, and Charli D'Amelio, he has an office in Beverly Hills, and he has this in his office. Like every doctor, every like known doctor I feel like has this right now in their office. And I don't know why, for me, like the way my brain works, I'm like, okay, so if like every well-renowned doctor has this in their office, like it's safe or works. I don't know, that's just the way my brain works. It's also a really expensive machine. So like I said earlier, it's super expensive. So my brain thinks that I'm like, okay, this $250,000 machine has to work. So the next question is, can you do it in other areas of the body, like your butt? You can, and I asked because I want to do it on my butt. You can definitely do this on your obviously your abdomen, your buttocks, arms, calves. Like you can do it even in your inner thighs. So if you want like that thigh gap, that's like not healthy. But if you want thigh gaps, or like you can do it on your sides, you can do it there. So it is safe to do it in those areas. I asked about my butt, but I had questions because I was like, if I do it on my butt, like, is it going to eliminate fat? Like, I want you to add muscle. I don't want you to take anything from my butt. And then the guy said, no, like the way the machine works is that we can set it to a point where when you do it on your butt, we can set it so it's just like not doing the fat part, but it'll be building muscle. It's also more expensive because it requires more sessions. To do your butt, he recommended like 6 sessions. So I was like, okay, like I'll have to think about it. But yeah, 6 sessions, and you can definitely do it in your butt. How does it feel, and how like does it work? It feels painful, but not crazy. A lot of people say it kind of mimics like contractions. I've never had a baby or been pregnant, so I can't speak on that, but it doesn't feel like painful. I was cracking up the entire time because like even like the guy was like, oh, like this is also releasing serotonin. Like when you go work out, you release serotonin, so you feel good after. I was like, I just felt amazing after, and I was cracking up the entire treatment, but it is, in a way, it is painful because it's contracting all of your muscles and then releasing, and then contracting and then releasing and contracting, and then, yeah, and releasing. And so, like, it'll feel like a pain of an 8, and then out of 1 to 10, it'll go from like an 8 to a 6, 8 to a 6, 8 to a 6 the entire time. But it's not painful at all, and you get used to it. The last few sessions I didn't really feel as like of a shock or like pain, but like the first session you definitely, it's like something new, so you'll feel different, but it's definitely not painful. Keep in mind, it is like doing like, it's supposed to do like 20,000 sit-ups 20,000 sit-ups in a session. So you will feel like your core tight. You won't feel sore the next day because it is releasing your natural lactic acid at the same time. So it's like releasing lactic acid in a way that it helps with like for you not to be sore the next day. So that's amazing. One of the tips that I did add is that I sweat while doing the treatment. Like when he would take the machine off, like my stomach was like sweaty and like red. So I would recommend wearing sweatpants, because you don't want to wear nice pants. And then you also, like, sometimes leggings were annoying. Like my last session I wore sweatpants, and I wish I did it for all my sessions. And that, you want to drink lots of water before and after because it's like you're working. Okay, so the last question is, did it work? Yes, I 100% do think that it did work for me. I saw a dramatic difference in my core power. Like I felt like my core got a lot stronger, my posture got better. I did like measure my waist and my stomach, like up top and then at the bottom, and I did notice a difference about 1.5 inches, and I'm about 2 weeks after my last session, so I will still see more results as time goes on. I did the Ren Pulse scale. I don't know if you guys know what this is, but the scale is pretty cool and it has an app. And so I kind of like tracked my body fat. Sorry, I'm like a little bit private when it comes to things like that, but I'm gonna be open with you guys. In the beginning, I was at about a 23.8 body fat, and then now I'm averaging like a 21 point something. So I did lose, you know, like 2% of body fat, which is like, I think great. And that being said, I do think I saw results. I do think I'll continue to see results as time goes on. So I'm really excited about that. And I'll follow up with you guys to share like if I've seen any difference, if like plateaued and not really seen anything else. But I'll definitely keep you guys updated. Was it worth it? I do think it was worth it. I think this is a really cool treatment, and I think that it is worth it if you paid $1,700. So that might be like a slight dab to the cost. Yeah, I don't think it's worth the $3,400 if you do pay full price. $3,400 is a lot, and you can easily just pay another like $1,400 and it be like the cost of AirSculpt, and it's just like one session. It's not an invasive treatment, and like you can just get all the fat sucked out of you. And yeah, but that being said, you might not be a good candidate for AirSculpt because your BMI might not be that high, and you might be like me or my friend who has like no body fat. Like, why would you do AirSculpt? Because I don't think that's for everyone. But if it is worth it. So I guess my whole thing is that I don't think it's worth it if you have a high BMI and you're paying full price. I do think it is worth it if you're paying like $1,700 for the 4 sessions total, and you have stubborn fat like me, or you want to build definition and you have no body fat but you want to build definition. So that pretty much sums it all. If you guys have any questions, any personal questions, I can try to answer them. If you have any like thoughts or anything, like definitely comment down below. I do a pretty good job in always responding to all my comments. But yeah, I'll continue to keep you guys updated because I know it's not like something that I'll just see results now. I'll continue to see them, so I'll continue to keep you guys updated on those. But take care. I love you guys. Have a good rest of your day. Take care.